So yeah, there we go. The Brooklyn skyline. You know? That's the Barclays Center. That round dome. That's a new landmark. That's the Atlantic Terminals. And that beige light building, that's a landmark. That's the Salvation Army. That beige building. I don't know if it's a landmark, but that's an original building. That one building right there, that's a co-op building. That's an original building. That warehouse looking building, that's an original building. That is on the line of Atlantic Avenue. That's Atlantic Avenue. So that beige building right there is a marker for Atlantic Avenue. Coming down, that warehouse building is on the other side of Atlantic Avenue. Coming down to that co-op building, which is on this side of Atlantic Avenue. To the Barclays Center, which is on that side of Atlantic Avenue. Come down through here. That's the clock. That's actually a sundial for all of Brooklyn. I won't say all, but definitely that's a landmarker that's so significant. Its only rival is the shutdown parachute ride for anyone who's traveling towards Coney Island. And the first thing you look for is the old roller coaster. And you look for the parachute ride that looks like a blossom. Well, this right here, that's on the other side of Brooklyn, over towards the ocean. And then you got out there towards the east. That right there on the horizon is Prospect Park. Out there, that's Prospect Park. On the other side of that, that's on Church Avenue and all of that stuff where the Caribbean people live. Over here, this is the avenues. That goes straight down there. See over there, you see the water? That's towards Jersey. Over there, that's Sunset. That's like Hispanic Brooklyn. Up over this way, that's deeper into Bed-Stuy, Franklin Avenue, on the Atlantic side. You know what I'm saying? Nostrand and so forth, going straight to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Marcy and LG and Bed-Stuy. This is Fort Greene. That's Bed-Stuy. And this clock right here, you look from the peak, the top half, and that, if you was lost, all you had to look, you see the clock, like, oh, I know where I'm at. So that right there was relatively the pyramid. For when they had the when they say you could see it from far and wide, well, that's what that clock represents. So that's the skyline of Brooklyn, and as you see, this abomination is coming up. That's BAM, the Brooklyn Academy of Music, which was built up by Black Gospel or the Black Church in Dance, Africa. That was built up on the backs of black people. And this whole neighborhood is gentrified now. It's an atrocity. That abomination right there, that's a new building. I think it's on behalf of BAM. That's in the parking lot of where the Dance Africa Bazaar used to be held. Like that was the main parking lot. But that's a crazy looking building that's going up. That building right there, I've been doing pictures all summer long. This is 2015, but this is October 2015, and we're about to go into 2016. That's the Barclays Center. When it popped up, it was like a marker because it looked like a hill, because the top of it is green and grassy looking. So it looked like a hill in the middle of the city. But then they put that abomination on the other side of the Barclays Center. That wasn't there this summer. It just popped up. They're still working on it. That's not complete. But that's an abomination. Like, that's an abomination. You see the giant crane over there? They're about to make more abominations. Now you're wondering, why am I doing all of this babbling about the Brooklyn skyline? Brooklyn is not Manhattan. Brooklyn is beautiful. You get to see the sky. The transformation of what they're going to do to Brooklyn is horrible and disgusting. See, now you had a couple of tall buildings like I showed you, you know what I'm saying? And it was relatively tame. But that Atlantic Avenue right there is gonna do lots of building, and I guarantee you, because they're not revealing templates on how they plan on designing stuff, but that whole thing right there is going to be lined up with super skyscrapers. Super skyscrapers. Super skyscrapers. You see, I just told you this was a compass to see far and wide. I mean, you can see this building way past that horizon. Like where that horizon is at. In fact, you see that little, if you can see, there's a little pointy thing. That's just right there. That's not too far off. But this clock looks clearer than that, way past that horizon. This is a semi peak. You know what I'm saying? You can see it from far. But, you know what I'm saying? This whole area is going to be skyscrapered out. And these buildings are damaging because they're going to be blotting out the sun. And you figure me talking and you figure I may be bugging out. Well, I've just showed you the skyline, and I've showed you where the skyline has been partially destroyed, and you see the building of what they're getting ready to erect. And this is, back in the 90s, this right here would have been like, ain't no way in hell that this is about to happen. But this right here, it's still the beginning stage. It's gonna look horrible. It's gonna be horrible. And they're gonna rob you of your daylight just by the erection of all of these buildings that's gonna cast a wall. Real talk, real talk, real talk. Forgive me, you know what I'm saying? I'm at another location and these windows are kind of stuck, but I wanted to show you, you know what I'm saying? This is not a joke. See right here? This is the clock. Once again, that's the clock. And you see how that's I told you this building is tall. That's a compass, a sundial. And now you see this? That's 4 buildings. That's 4 buildings that was erected. 4 buildings. This is huge. This is huge. There's one right behind it. That's huge. That's a building that they're making right now. Along with that abomination over there I just told you. That's another abomination going up. Over here, you see that's two other buildings. That's Brooklyn Tech right there. Just so you get the scale of how big these buildings are. That's Brooklyn Tech. That's a landmarker. And you see this tall tower on top of it? Yeah. This building is the same height. This building casts a shadow that reaches all the way to Franklin Avenue. And this is downtown Brooklyn, Flatbush Avenue. When I told you about them blotting out the sun, it's serious. This is not a joke. This is the Brooklyn skyline. Now this is going towards Manhattan. So okay, it's going towards Manhattan. So be it, so be it. But see these buildings right here that I just told you about? These are going to be complementary to Atlantic Avenue and what I just told you. And also in that direction, which is Sunset, where I told you about Hispanic Brooklyn, or whatever the case may be. Yes. So the beautiful skyline where you can actually see the sky and you can see the horizon will be ripped up like this. Now some of you people may find enjoyment out of all of these tall buildings, but you don't understand biologically what that means to you and your attitude as you go around locked in shadows at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's gonna feel like it's getting ready to be nighttime. You don't understand. You just don't understand. Oh, what the hell? I don't want to have no problems here. Don't want to have no problems here. So let me